Welcome to Craft Time with the Houston Public Library. I'm Lauren, and today we are making a wrapped corded headphone or corded charging cable. This craft is intended for ages 9 and up. You will need the following supplies for this craft. You will start with your embroidery floss, which looks something like this when it comes from the store. You'll cut it into at least 3 feet long strips, which you then will fold in half to give you the middle of the strands. Once you've found the middle, you can place your headphone or charging cable into that middle spot. And then you'll pull it apart because you're going to tie an overhand knot. Once you've got your overhand knot tied, you're going to go ahead and tape down the rest of your cable or headphone. I'm going to tape mine just outside the screen, but you just put it over the cord and then tape it to the table. This now gives us something to work with. So now we're going to pull our first color that we would like to use, in my case the purple. And we'll pull it from both sides of that middle knot. With your color purple, you're going to go ahead and start wrapping around the cord and the extra threads. Each time you wrap, you need to pull it tight and push it up towards the top of the knot, where that overhand knot is. And if you watch your overhand knot slipping, be sure to push it back towards where you want it to start. It doesn't move too much. Keep wrapping until you get to your desired length. Once you're there, wrap once around with kind of a finger in between to make a little loop. From this loop, you're going to go down from the top where you are already wrapped to the bottom where you're unwrapped. And then you'll just pull the thread through. Pull it nice and tight. This creates a little half hitch, which helps to hold your thread in place. If you don't want to do the knot, you don't have to, but I think it makes it a little bit more secure. So that's our solid color section. For the next section, we are going to do a crisscross section, just like this orange and blue section here. We are actually going to inverse the colors. So you'll pull out your orange thread, which will be our crisscross thread, and push that towards the top, towards your taped end. Then you'll pull out your blue thread and begin wrapping, leaving the orange outside of the wrapped pieces. Once you've gotten to where you're almost done with that, go ahead and do that looping knot again. So again, just put your finger in between the cord and the wrapped thread, and then pull it out and put the thread through the loop from the wrapped side to the unwrapped side. Okay, now comes the crisscross. You're going to take your orange thread and wrap it behind, making an X where they cross. And then you'll come up to the front and do another X. And keep going until you get to the end of your inside thread. When you get to the end, just simply put them in with the rest of your colors, and then when you wrap the new thread around, that'll hold it in place. Our new thread is actually going to be a striped section. So let me show you that. That looks like this one here, where we've got the purple and white. In this case, we're going to do a pink and green. So you'll just grab one of each color and then start wrapping them around. This time, well, on all times, be sure to try and keep your thread flat and keep it from twisting. If it twists in this particular section, you will see the twist because your colors will suddenly change. You'll suddenly have two of the same color next to each other and one far apart. Okay, now I'm ready to do my knot. And when you get close to the end, you're going to want to leave space for your 2 knots. I like to do 2 knots at the end to seal it off, just to make it a little bit more secure. And that's going to look like these 2 knots here. So it uses all the thread and just ties that looping knot twice. So you'll take all the thread, wrap around with your finger in between, and then go through the hole you made. Be sure to pull it good and tight. And do it again. So again, it needs to go from the wrap section down through the loop to the bottom. Once you've got your second knot, take your scissors and cut it off, leaving a little bit of thread. This thread should be no longer than this. This is actually kind of long, but it'll be okay. Then you'll take your glue and put glue over the loose threads. And then just kind of comb them down around the knot with the glue to hold them in place. Now you have completed your section of your corded headphones or corded charging cable. It may take you a while if you're doing a long cord like this one, but it does turn out very, very pretty. When you're working on longer sections, you may need to add more cord as you go along. Just choose one color that you want your next section to be and tie it on at the top, and then wrap and then tie off. Do not add more than one color at a time or you'll notice it in your wrapping. Thank you for joining Craft Time at the Houston Public Library. Make sure to share photos of your completed craft online and tag us using #ILoveHPL. Thank you. See you next time.